Okay, guys, as I was sitting here meditating, I I was informed that the message was incomplete because there wasn't much talk about God the Mother. And God the Mother is someone who I always try to include in my spiritual practice because it was revealed to me through meditation that, and this has been years ago, that the Divine Mother has been stripped away from our understanding, and that it was purposeful. It was purposefully done. And I don't understand why, but I do know that the Divine Mother has presented herself in a very genuine form. And she was explaining to me, she was explaining to me that she wanted me to talk about reproduction. And she's showing me bell peppers. She's showing me seeds blowing in the wind. She's showing me dandelions. She's showing me mycelium. And what she wanted me to tell you guys about mycelium is that it typically does reproduce asexually, but when the environment is harsh, mycelium will produce sexually. And she was telling me that it's the reason why reproduction was so important is because she was saying that the Divine Mother and the Divine Father, Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine energies show themselves throughout nature so often, even down to a bell pepper having a masculine and a feminine form, even flowers, and the way that we reproduce. The womb space is the space where things of the spirit are manifested into physical form. And she was also talking about manifesting, and she was saying that manifestation is a product of the divine feminine energy being at its most powerful. That the divine feminine energy of visualization and thoughts and intentionally grasping thoughts with your mental energy, it's so powerful because you can't manipulate it with your physical hands, which is the easiest way, the divine masculine, or a form of divine masculine expression. Let me say that. And that the divine feminine, she's showing me like broad open spaces. Like she's showing me like outer space. She's showing me like a blue sky with clouds, just big wide open spaces. And she's telling me that, our vibration, the thoughts that we choose or the way we feel in our heart, she's showing me like this connection of our circulatory system. And she's showing me how the heart and the brain and the bladder, believe it or not, are like these three central focal points. And she's showing me the heart and lungs as one thing. And she's saying that you have to, all these things work together, and the brain, the thoughts, the heart, the brain, the bladder, all these things are energy centers, like power points of energy in the human body. And that aligning with your divine feminine, the divine thought, or the ability to be able to catch a wave, because that's what she's showing me. It's like a flow, like the air waves and the water, the waves of water and the broad open ocean. And she's showing me that these energy waves are like constantly in flow, which is symbolic of divine femininity, flow. And she was saying that the energies that we choose in those centers, the brain, the heart, and the bladder, that those areas help us to receive like a magnet. Yes. Or repel. Do you see that? Like what we think what we think is either going to help us receive information or repel it. So right now, these magnets, they're repelling against each other. They don't want to be near each other. And that's how our thoughts go, is what she's showing me. She's showing me that, like, our thoughts, what happens in those energy centers, they're either going to accept, receive, or repel. And she's showing me, like, that game from childhood where you have to fit the little pieces, the shape, into the right shape on the toy. You know what I'm talking about? It's way back. It's way from the way back. But she's showing me that toy, and she's telling me that that's how it works. Like, what we choose in our energy centers, and it starts with, she's showing me the forehead and the eyes, and she's showing me what we're able to visualize is what is going to turn those energy centers in the direction they need to be in, to either reject or receive certain energies that are flowing. And that's how we end up in certain emotions, is by what we allow through our third eye and those energy centers. And the Divine Feminine is also the Divine Mother. She's telling me that it's important for us to focus, or to remember her. She's been forgotten in so many ways, but it's important for us to remember her because she's sacred. She's the womb that has nurtured us and brought us forward. And the reason why she was talking about mycelium is because mycelium is one of the largest living organisms on planet Earth. And according to a lot of spiritualists, mycelium holds a lot of knowledge, ancient primordial knowledge. And I can see that, because when I was talking about all that stuff slushing together, and I was talking about the emotion blender, the mushrooms are kind of like that. They are a collection of all the things that have ever been, and they sprout. Yeah. And that in itself is evidence of the Divine Feminine energy. The knowledge of what is, the understanding of what just is, what just grows, what just flows. And she didn't want us to forget about her. She wants to be seen. She wants to be understood. She is equal to the Divine Masculine. The Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine both are what keep a forward motion on the planet, okay, of life. The Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine as equals, and they're showing me the yin yang. So I don't know if I'm going to add this to the other video. I think I'll post this separately, but yeah, I'll sit here and finish meditating, and whatever comes out and I'll share it with you guys as I receive it. But it's been so much. I will post this separately. I will, because one of the main things that has been coming up in my meditations lately has been to mind our mentors, mind the mediums, mind the spiritual leaders at this time, because they were showing me that a lot of the people that we trust a lot, that we've been following for a long time, these people can no longer be necessarily trusted in a sense where we're following someone. We're coming into an energy where we're all going to have to learn how to listen to our hearts, listen and seek God ourselves to see what God is speaking to our heart. And that a lot of the spiritual leaders are going to start showing their true colors and what their true motives are. I was also being shown that the mediums, of course, we need to understand what a medium is. A medium is anything that comes between you and a message. So that can be your cell phone, your TV, your radio, your friend, your mother, your father, your child. Whatever it is, we need to mind them. And that that is what's going to help to strengthen our intuition and our connection to the Most High God. Okay? It's just by simply listening and being honest with ourselves. Like if a leader says something that we're really opposed to, that it's important for us to not just not just turn away from that leader it's important to speak is what I'm hearing. It's important to speak. It's important to share your perspective of what's real, what's truthful. It's important for you to share what you believe and the perspectives that God has brought you to through your quiet time and your time of being in darkness and having to self-illuminate the truth of what your life's journey has brought you through and brought you to. Okay, because the suffering is what helps us help another. It really, truly is. If you hadn't suffered, if you didn't need anything, I tell people all the time, if I didn't need money, I would just sit right here. Forever. I mean, and that's me being that's just me. Being a hermit, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you heavy is the head who chose to wear the crown. And when I say crown, I'm talking about enlightenment. Okay? You're going to suffer to wear the crown of enlightenment because you're going to know things. Okay? Ignorance is bliss, fam. Ignorance is bliss. But when you seek the truth, it starts within. When you seek the truth, you understand that God is omnipresent. So that means that it doesn't exclude me. God is within me. And when you step up to the responsibility of claiming that name, God is within me, it makes you behave differently. It makes you walk differently. It makes you claim a different type of responsibility. It doesn't leave your responsibility over here for something or someone to come and clean up and fix for you. It gives you the opportunity to step into this space of power where you can contribute to the uplifting of people, okay, instead of the stagnancy. So anyway, I just needed to come back and share that about the Divine Mother. I'll probably post this part first because the other part is going to take much longer because it wasn't specifically about the Divine Father or a masculine God. It just didn't too much mention the Divine Feminine, and the energy came back very specific when I ended the reading that needed to be shared, that the Divine Feminine needs to be respected within all of us, okay? Within all of us, to bring balance, like a cooling effect to the heat that's being generated by the collective right now. But anyway, I love you guys. I hope this message has been of some assistance to you, and we will talk again soon. Bye.